show here on the Stream.TV Fan Show Network. I'm Sinead de Vries, and I am so excited to be joined by my Pretty Little Talkers for the season premiere of Pretty Little Liars, Season 7, you guys.
Yes, honey, yes.
For realsies, a hot minute since we've all been together at the stream. We're on a different side of the studio.
It's really weird. It's like messing with my vibe.
I know. It's so
weird.
Don't get my
vibe. Bitch, don't get my vibe. Please, bitch.
Oh, bitch.
Whatever.
I'm doing the G-rated.
Okay.
Anyways, so much has changed, but one thing has remained the same, and that is Pretty Little Liars. Yeah, we're all crazy. Pretty Little Liars is still the entire hot mess that it is.
Yeah.
It's always been. We have to get into it. I feel like the only way for us to really get into it is to just go through the episode from beginning to end.
Yes. Yeah.
Because there were some big moments, and like before where we pick.
I'm just laughing at Ashley's face. No, please.
I wasn't even looking at you, Meg. This is not my fault this time. Take it from the top, baby. Where we're starting.
Thanks, girl. I appreciate it. So I feel like we just have to go through the whole episode because also it's like 140 degrees.
It's so effing hot right now.
On the I love that we have the ring light, though. I love that we have the ring light. It's so worth it.
It's so hot.
Things have changed. We have a ring light. We have some nice pink themed lighting for Pretty Little Liars.
I love it.
You guys like this new set that we got?
Yeah, let us know. Do you like the digs?
Let us know.
We have a beer.
I need to check my hair.
We have a beer. We have
guys.
You left that there.
I know
It's a premiere party.
See?
It's amazing. We're so excited to be back, and all your guys' tweets and questions, they're so legit, and I'm so excited to answer all of them for you. Let's get started, yeah?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Alrighty.
Make sure you take a selfie first. I just want to let you guys know that when she pulled up her phone, it was her camera and it was facing towards her. So we're starting off on a good foot. On the right foot.
We were taking pictures of each other.
You're right.
Remember?
You're right.
We're testing out the ring light.
Oh, look at our
you
two
guys
shot.
Know,
I
all
love it.
YouTubers use this, and it makes everybody look.
It looks
know.
amazing.
Awesome.
Except
Okay.
for me.
Okay. We have to get started because we're getting in trouble already, and we've been live for like 4.5 seconds. Okay, let's start off. Mary Drake, you guys. So the beginning of the episode starts with the whole gang seeing Mary. The whole gang sans Hannah, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
Seeing Mary, she's walking into the police station, and Caleb wants to go confront her. Caleb's on a trip this entire episode. He's got one thing on his mind, and it's Hannah. And I love it. Absolutely love it. He is 100% set. He's like Spencer, who I don't care.
Give him shade to Spence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hannah's always been his #1 priority, and Caleb shippers literally like died and went to heaven tonight because Caleb was her #1 supporter. He fought for her the entire episode. I'm so proud of him. So he wants to go in there and basically like beat her up. Toby goes in there in a flash, or in a scene that I thought was very poorly executed because he went in there, asked her a couple questions, and then we went back to them outside. Right. I hated the beginning of the episode.
So confusing. And Mary Drake, for a second, maybe she wasn't crazy when she first got in there, but just like jail, if you go into some like setting, it'll make you become that way. And I saw a little bit of crazy in Mary Drake, frankly. Obviously, she's crazy. Look at what the hell she's doing. So even if she wasn't crazy when she first got in there, crazy has clearly gotten to her.
She kind of fooled me with Spencer. Like I actually started thinking that Spencer was more manipulative in that situation than Mary Drake.
She was like pushing for answers and kind of like pressing the situation, whereas Mary Drake seemed very
innocent,
calm and chill.
Yeah.
And I have to give it to Spencer as well for inviting her in. Even though Caleb was like, don't answer their door, I'm so happy that she got to the door before she read that text message, because Spencer's a smart girl. If anyone were to be in a situation with Mary Drake, I would trust Spencer above any of them because I feel like she could hold her own. But Mary Drake is so weird to me because I feel like right now they're playing it as if we're not supposed to know whether or not to trust her. And if you guys watch the trailer for next week, spoiler, I'm gonna say it right now, the trailer for next week kind of paints her in a more positive light. Like she's the one that ends up taking Hannah away. I don't really know how to feel about her right now.
Here's my thought. Okay, Megan's first light bulb of the new season.
Yes, honey.
Okay, here's where I'm at with Mary Drake, because I had said something when we were watching it. It just was like, oh my gosh. So I think we've been seeing Mary Drake throughout all of PLL.
I love that.
I really think Mary Drake has popped in. So you know how next episode Allison asks some. She said, "Why did you bury me?" We saw her saying that.
You left me in the ground
you
or
left
something.
me in the ground. I think it was Mary. I don't think it was her mother that left her in the ground. Oh, thanks for my camera. This is all like
new and different.
And weird and whatever. But yeah, I think Mary has been popping in and out throughout the beginning of PLL, and I'm wondering now if maybe Jessica wasn't the one who actually had an affair with Mr. Hastings.
That's what I was gonna.
Yes.
I'm thinking it's Mary, and maybe Mary is really the mother to Jason, who is working at the Karasimi group. I'm still working on it.
But
you guys.
that would
I'm
make
still
sense.
working on
You
it.
know the whole thing where Mary Drake came over to Spencer's and is like, "Oh yeah, I have a lot of history
Right.
with your
Yes.
family."
Yeah.
That obviously meant
Thinking,
something.
yeah, maybe she cheated with Mr. D.
Yeah.
Because just because Mary has dark hair now doesn't mean she always had to have had dark
Right.
hair. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She could have been kind of playing Jessica's role for a while now.
Okay, so I challenge all of you guys at home, if it was in fact Mary that had an affair with Mr. Hastings and not Mrs. D, recreate that family tree for me.
I don't think Marlene would do that now that I think about it, because then that would actually make
That would
Cece
change all
and
the
Jason-
siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's hard for me to
Okay,
believe.
I don't know if that happens, but all right, I gotta think this one through.
Obviously,
it's a lot.
obviously,
Maybe they didn't have a kid. They just
right.
did.
Obviously, something happened between Mary and the Hastings.
Yeah.
Because she, first of all, she said, "Are you Spencer or Melissa?"
Yeah.
So she knows the kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
She also knows their parents.
Mm-hmm.
She was going to talk to their parents. What was she going to talk to their parents about? And she was asking
That's a
for.
good point, you guys.
Right. She
What
was like,
was
"Are
she
your
gonna
parents
talk?"
home?" I feel like Mary has a lot of history with Rosewood and has clearly made enough friendships and relationships in the city. And she says the only reason she came back was because Mrs. D is dead, which is crazy. So
She's
it's
been
like
dead for a while. Also.
they were that much of
Someone pointed that
enemies. I mean, they're twin sisters and they hated each other that much.
When did she get out of Radley exactly?
23 years ago.
23. Was she in Radley for 23 years?
No,
or
18,
she?
I think she was in there
No,
for
she was
18
in there
years.
for 18 years.
So
23 is the one I
So that
remember,
would make,
but
that
I
would
think
make sense.
Yeah.
then
age-wise.
low key, where's she been hanging out this whole time?
Right, hiding.
Right,
She's been in
exactly.
hiding because Mrs. D, her sister, she said she poisoned her against her family and her friends.
that was the worst
And
excuse,
basically,
by the way.
yeah.
Like, I was born first, she was born
Yeah.
jealous. Like, really? She just happened to come out of the womb jealous of you? Like, that
No,
whole
that's
thing didn't make
ridiculous.
sense.
I'm jealous, yeah.
Yeah.
And here
I mean, in her defense, Mrs. D was a crazy bitch. So it's like, who knows what's going on in that family? That family gets more and more effed up every
Yeah.
single
But
season.
what I'm curious
Totally.
about, we might talk about this later, and I'm sure some of your questions are this as well, but who was the kid that died when Mary Drake
Right.
was
Yeah,
babysitting?
I think that's a lie.
No, I don't
honestly, that
think
was a lie
so.
to get her into Radley, and I don't know who construed that lie. Obviously, Mrs. D
But then
was the
she
first
was-
one that can come to my mind.
Okay, but then she was like institutionalized so many more times after that. And also like she was institutionalized at a very young age, like a teenage age, right? When she was babysitting.
Yeah.
And then they said she went there until she was 18 years old. When she was 18, she was officially let go. But
That's the
she
18, I forget if it was 18
Yeah,
years
she
or
was
if
18 and then when
Yeah.
she was 18, she went there like permanently, I guess, or something. I don't know. There was something about her being 18.
and then
but it
20
seems
about
like she
23.
spent a lot of her younger years at Radley. So it's hard for me to believe that she would have been able to, somebody would have forced her into Radley at a
No, but then
teenage age.
but then she had to have been out to have had Cece.
Right. Or
So-
unless she had Cece
No, she
at
had
Radley.
Cece, I thought,
Was someone at Radley? Did she get pregnant in Radley, or was
that's a
she
good
out
point.
at the
That's a
time?
really good
Cece's
point.
dad.
Yeah.
Who
Were we
is Cece's
speculating
dad?
about that last time? Is
Well,
that-
we
my
always
gosh.
thought, I mean, up until now, we thought that Cece's mom and dad was Mr. and Mrs. DiLaurentis.
Right.
Now we know
Right,
that
so now
they
we don't know the
adopted her.
dad.
They adopted her, why? Because her real mother was in a mental
Right.
institution.
What if it is Mr. DiLaurentis?
Exactly.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Do you
That's-
think, guys, sorry, I'm just on the theory train right now. Do you think that maybe there actually was a little girl named Charlotte, like born with Charlie, and maybe Charlie actually saw
Like they were twins?
Charlotte die? I don't know, twins, friends, cousins, I don't know. And maybe that's why he felt like, I don't know, maybe there was like, I don't
Yeah.
know, a thing,
I know
and
what
then
you
like
mean.
transitioned.
I don't know. I feel like the whole story with Charlotte's transition is done.
Right. Yeah, but I felt like I still I didn't need an explanation. I just felt like I needed a little bit more from Marlene because I think all of us did. Like it just seemed way too not the transgender part, but just the motive behind it.
Yeah.
I hope
and
it come back.
And I'm thinking maybe if she's trying to add to the story, like that would be a good reasoning for me. Like maybe it was something they like, I don't know, you know what I mean? I just felt like maybe there's a little bit something more to what's going on there.
Yeah.
Right. Well, obviously, the whole, like, overall, we know that Mary Drake is a huge part of the show right now. She's essentially the main villain, along with
Elliot's.
And, I mean, we're going to see her in every single episode. We're going to see her in every single episode this season, so hopefully we get some answers from her. I kind of like that the premiere made me not feel one specific way about her. I don't know if she's evil, I don't know if she's good right now, because the trailer makes it seem like she might be better than Elliot, and she's like, you took it too far. Yeah. This episode, it seems like she's just kind of trying to she bought the Lost Woods. I don't know. The season finale to now, she's like done a 360. Yeah. So I am so confused by her character.
Has she really, though? Maybe she's just like manipulating it some type of way.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that she's sneakier than she's portraying herself to be right now.
Right.
Keep laughing. No, it's only a matter of time before I start laughing. But can we go to Dr. Rollins?
I know. Can we go to a new topic?
Because Dr. Rollins, I cannot with him. You guys know how much I hate Allie and how much she gets on my nerves, but I actually felt bad for her this episode because Dr. Rollins.
What?
Let's have a moment.
I feel bad for her, but I mean,
moment.
like, leave it to her to pick someone so annoying. Like, obvious, like,
what is it?
He's
Hugh?
honestly a terrible.
We love you
No, Hugh, you
so
are
much.
gorgeous.
We love you more than we can ever explain. You are our homie,
But
and we
his
love you so much.
character, Dr. Rollins.
Honestly, Dr. Rollins makes me want to bang my head into the wall, which means that he's clearly doing a great job because
amazing job.
He is so evil and so conniving, and I like this version of Dr. Rollins so much more than his innocent version.
Oh yeah. Well, I think we need some sort of badassness because I miss Allie being an evil bitch. And I think I saw an interview where Allie is going to go back to her evil ways.
No,
not necessarily to her friends maybe, but obviously she has every right to be a bitch towards her husband. And you guys saw her look. You saw her look when he was about to jab her that last time. It's probably like
it's just like
sedation.
Exactly, it's sedation.
He's like,
tranquilizer, sedation.
Gonna make you live a long life.
He's gonna you're gonna rot here in hell.
Yeah,
so like, is he gradually poisoning her? Like, I actually really want to know because it wasn't like a one-time thing. It's like this gradual.
I think it's just like keeping her on the edge that like she'll wake up and like still be conscious.
It's keeping her like I think a little foggy, so she's not like remembering everything, and that she thinks she's actually going crazy.
Okay.
But Allison's smarter than that, and when she gave Dr. Rollins that look, she knew. She's like, okay, I married this psycho. He's up to something.
Also, Dr. Rollins legitimately thinks that Allison killed Charlotte. Charlotte is Elliot's one true love.
Well, apparently everyone else
Charlotte
thinks
is
that.
Elliot's
Which means what have we learned from PLL? When everybody thinks something, it's
wrong.
Not true.
Allison did not kill Charlotte. I think we can all agree on that. Even you, Mova.
Shockingly enough, we did talk about this in the finale. Did Dr. Rollins really love Cece, or was this a scheme so that he could get control of the Carrie Simi group and make money by himself? Did he really love her or not? Like, that line made me think that he did legit love her.
Right.
Like, I know you killed Charlotte.
Yeah.
How it...
And it seems like his motive was like revenge. Like, he hates Allison. He literally hates her enough to make her suffer at, I keep wanting to say Radley. She's at Welby. And put her through this. And he says to her, I know you killed Charlotte. Karma is such a bitch. So he believes that she's getting what she deserves. So then it's almost like you have to wonder if, in a way, all he's doing is bringing justice to his true love. He's still lying, absolutely. But if you found out that someone killed your one true love, you would hate them too.
But it could still be a lie to get control over the money.
Yeah,
like, now
But why would he lie to her in that state?
Yeah,
when she
that
doesn't,
I don't
you know what I'm saying?
understand. That I don't
It's like he could lie to everybody else, and I would agree with what you're saying. But she is like delusional, literally in a state of like, she's like half confessing to things, and the girls think she's so guilty, which she's not. And why would he lie to her in that? He said to her, Karma's such a bitch, and I believe that he meant that because he thinks that she killed Charlotte.
Yeah. But I think it's, I'm sorry, love.
No, go.
I think that it starts way before that. Like, you can't just have that much hate towards someone thinking that I honestly think his hate for Alison started way before that. I think this whole entire thing was a plot scheme. Like, I think the only reason why he married Alison and got involved with the family was for this to happen. Yeah, for the Karasimi group. I think
Which would mean that he killed Charlotte. He killed Charlotte.
Ah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm like, you know,
Well, okay, if Allie didn't kill Charlotte, do we even have a guess? Because remember they did the thing where they put the names in the Meghan's favorite part.
We
I was like,
literally
why are you wasting time, people?
We don't have a guess.
So
I feel like it's going to be somebody so random. If it's not Dr. Rollins, because the only other thing I can think is that he's saying that to her because he wants her to believe it. And he knows that he can get through to her right now because she's in such a fragile state that she might believe what he's saying. So he could be saying, like, you killed her. I know you killed her, with hopes that she's going to believe what he's saying and make her even more messed up in the head than she already is. But if it's not him, we know it's not Allie, then I guarantee you it's not anybody else we saw in the premiere. I guarantee you it's somebody completely random.
And I don't even know why Dr. Rollins would think that Allie killed Cece, just seeing all the love that Allie gave to Cece throughout those years.
And they were sleeping right next to each other.
Yeah, and she keeps bringing it up. She keeps saying, oh, Jason and I only had a few short years, but we really tried to make it work. Like, what is Dr. Rollins, like, what does he have on her? Why does everyone hate Allie? Everyone is turning against Allie right now. And all of her friends in the freaking fishbowl, Allie. Like,
except for Shay Mitchell, because she cannot get over Allie. She's like,
but now she does.
reminiscing, finally, but like she's still, even when they supposedly thought it was Allie, she was like, do we really want to throw one of our own under the bus? She was still like defending Allie.
Well, I have to give it to her because at the end of the day, like, their recent interactions with Allie haven't been bad. Sure, they were kind of pissed that they had to come back to Rosewood because she wanted them to appear for Charlotte, and that was like a whole thing. But I mean, like, if you remember how we ended season 5 when they were leaving, right? Was that season 5 finale when they all said goodbye and they all went their separate ways?
Yeah.
Like, all the girls were in such great places. Season 6 started with them coming back and things that happened, sure, but like, their friendship hasn't been tested in a bad way in years since Allie like came back. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I think that she was looking out for Alison, and good thing she was, because at this point, we're all worried about Hanna, and I feel like we should really be worried about Alison as well, because I don't believe that she's guilty.
I'm starting to worry about Mona, because now that I think about it, Mona said that line that seems kind of obvious to me now, where she's like, I haven't been the bad guy for a really long time.
Oh,
remember
my
she said that in the
God.
finale?
I never thought
and then
of that.
she showed up in like those tunnels, and she was like, what are you guys looking for? What are you guys looking for?
She's
Like,
always-
why are you there?
Oh
you
my
know?
gosh.
I will say one thing really quick. Yeah, that was really good. I will say one thing really quick before we move on. I don't think Alison is guilty of Cece's murder, but I do think what Dr. Rollins and Mary Drake have on Alison is important. I do think Alison killed somebody, and I do think
she's guilty about something.
And I think it might be Wilden.
She was like, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
Because remember when I think Dr. Rollins and Mary Drake may have found out something with Wilden, because obviously when Dr. Rollins had the Wilden mask on, he had blood coming out of him. She was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. And then she keeps apologizing to God. Like she keeps waking up, she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Right.
Like,
so
That's so PLL. That's so PLL, because then Shay hears her being like, oh, I'm guilty, and in the coma, but really she's not talking about.
Right.
So she's guilty of something,
Charlotte.
but we don't know what.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Let's also really quick talk about when Aria goes to the bar to look for the person with the accent, hopefully. Do you think that there's a reason we didn't see the person? Do you think that they wanted us to believe that it is Dr. Rollins?
Well, it is. There's another person involved.
But do you think it might have been somebody else?
Because you're right, because nothing came of that scene.
Right, and Mona said it could be except for the greatest reunion ever.
Moment.
But I mean, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
When she goes to the bar, they're playing the fray, which I don't
She
understand.
goes to Ezra at the end, but we'll get to that.
And then she goes to Ezra, but she was
I mean,
supposed to find someone with an English accent talking on the phone.
But Mona specifically said, it sounds like it's definitely a man. It sounds like he has an accent, maybe Aussie or maybe he's British.
Yeah.
Like, why
Who
would
else
they
has an
say
accent on the
Aussie?
show?
The only person I can think of is Jordan. Jordan is Australian, which is Hannah's fiance.
Right.
Oh my, and he hasn't been in a few episodes, so that's very PLL.
Yeah.
No, and Hannah's still engaged to him.
Oh my God.
Right.
I honestly think it's just Dr. Rollins, and I think it's going to be a great reveal when the girls find out that it is Dr. Rollins.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason, I think you're right. I think it might just be Dr. Rollins. But for some reason, I feel a little bit weird as Aria said she's 5 minutes away from the bar, and she goes there and she doesn't see a person. I just, I
Do you think it may
want
have
there to be
been
more to that.
the little like Mickey kid in disguise, the one that like put the fray on?
Well, speaking
kinda
of
lingered on it for a
disguises,
minute.
right?
Okay,
now
okay.
we honestly, you said it best, Steph. Now we really don't know what to believe because these masks are like of another
I know,
dimension.
that's so
Yes.
unfair.
The Hannah mask in the beginning.
That was
I mean,
crazy.
obviously it is Hannah, Ashley Benson, laying there, and then they say, "Oh, it's a mask."
Yeah.
I kind of hate it because
I know, because
now
it's unfair.
now
They can
we
do
don't
that
get to
anytime
speculate.
they want. They can be like, no, just kidding, it was a mask. They
Sure.
so like James Bond.
Right. Yeah.
That's what they do, and it drives me nuts in that movie. It's lazy writing.
Like Caleb could like
Lazy.
go like this and be like, "Hey guys, I've
Yeah,
Exactly.
by the way,
Yeah.
I've
been
been
Britney
I've
Spears
been
this entire time."
Any single one of them could do that. Could have been Britney Spears the entire time.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of hate it. Honestly, I kind of hate it.
How was I supposed to know? That would be so legit.
Something.
You guys,
doesn't
no.
go.
I would be devastated if one of them took their mask off
was
and they
her
were
move?
really Britney
Britney's-
Spears.
Oh yeah, you got it, girl. You
It was
got
Yeah,
it.
I
And then
played
you, like,
Britney Spears in a
shimmy.
high school play.
You had a high school
see
play
it.
that had Britney
Yep, and I played
Spears?
Britney Spears, and I had like this really slutty
play?
skirt.
Where did you go to
In
high
eighth-
school?
Where did you go to high school? What play is this?
I don't remember the play, but somehow like I was allowed
It was
to
like a
play
lip
Britney
sync,
Spears.
right?
Yeah, but it was like our end of the year
high
play.
school
It was like
never
a
did
big
Britney
Britney
Meanwhile, we
Spears
were doing
play.
like The Secret Garden and Les Miserables. And Stephanie was like
Stephanie's
Britney
Britney
Spears.
I went to a public high school.
I went to public
Was it
high
private?
school.
No, but we did have like 3 Grammys, so it was kind of a big deal.
Okay.
Cheap.
All right.
That's okay, girl. I'm with you on the public
Thank
school.
you.
We did janky stuff like that all the time.
It's hilarious.
I wrote my own script.
It's so funny. Okay, back to the mask thing. So yeah, so now you're right. I think it is cheating. I hate that because the beginning of the episode, I mean, it looks like Hannah. It's not, like, I hate it, you guys, because now it's a doll. Now we don't even know who to trust. Every single time you see somebody on the screen, they could be wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
they could be wearing their underwear.
Hands her way.
Can we rewind a second though? Because you were talking about Emerson. I know Emerson fans are so hardcore, but I can't stand how this relationship is really one-sided. Emily's so obsessed with Allison and ignoring everything, and I honestly don't think it was Allison, but all of her friends are kind of going that way, and she's so blinded by this like love.
Girl, you about to get so much hate right now.
I know you Emerson fans are so hardcore, but like I honestly feel like, you know, Allison's married at this point, and
I think
as
there
awful
will be
as the
Emerson
relationship
moments.
is,
She is married to a legit psychopath.
no, I know, and I know that
Also-
Emily wants, but like it's really one-sided.
But that scene, the scene with Emily and Allison in the bed when she says, "Are you still awake?" That was a real scene. It happened.
Yeah,
it's fake.
That was a huge defining moment in their
I
relationship.
know I'm gonna get such shit for this, but
Because
like I didn't.
there
I
has
didn't
been
see the
history
love.
between Emily and Allison since before Allison went missing in the very first season. The story tells it as if they had history way before.
The history is one-sided. The history is literally Emily pining and Allie being manipulative. That's the history.
Yeah,
I don't think
that-
Allie ever
yeah.
had real feelings.
I
still
agree.
don't.
And I know
Okay,
that
I
we're
get
gonna
what
get
you're
such shit
saying,
for
but
it,
I think
like,
we will
that's
get
what I
it.
legit
I think Allison will wake up and realize that Emily has been like.
By
Emily's
her
been
side.
taking care of her
And
this
maybe
entire
she-
time, and now that Allie isn't the bitch that she was once before, she's going to realize it. And we were promised a lot of Emerson moments. So.
Yeah.
Oh, we
You
were?
guys,
Yeah.
honestly, I really believe that Allison was very manipulative and she took advantage of Emily because she knew how Emily felt about her. But it's very hard for me to believe that Allison didn't have zero feelings towards Emily. I think there was some sort of attraction. I understand
friend-
that
of
Allison
friendship.
is. I understand that
Platonic.
Allison is married. I understand that she identifies herself as being straight. I get that. But I also think that we just might end all of PLL with the two of them being
I think
together.
so, too.
I think
I
we
think
will
so,
just
too.
because the writers listen to us as fans, and I know there's a lot of Emerson fans out there, so they might end it that way. But at this point, I just feel like the relationship is really one-sided.
I'm all
think
for the
she's
lesbianism.
more likely to end
also,
it
I am for the
also,
lesbianism,
Paige,
but like I just
Paige
think-
is coming back
Yes,
as well.
she is.
So,
No,
there's
I
about
think
to be
it's
a
good
lot of
because I
cat
think
fights
it's
up in here.
gonna create the turmoil, and I think it's gonna make Allie jealous. I
Oh
think
my
that
God,
Paige
I
is coming-
love it.
Yes.
That is how it's going to happen.
Yes.
All right, okay,
love
let's move on. Let's move on to
Hannah,
let's move on to Ezria.
Haynes.
Ezria, and then Haynes.
Haynes,
We'll move
Ezria,
on
all
to
great.
Ezria. So Ezra and Aria team up in the most amazing way possible to go find this key that we still have
God,
no
I love
idea
Yeah, you guys know, I'm
the
sure,
significance
we
of.
missed it.
Yeah,
But, like,
we
there
missed
were
it.
50 keys and like
so many
we lost
keys.
track.
There were only 50
Yeah.
keys. I think
There's
there were
like
2.
so-
There were the keys
there's
to
like
the
so
trunk,
many
and then there were the
keys.
keys to
Probably 9.
Allison's house.
Right. So Emily had the key that Aria got, but Ezra and Aria were looking for a different key. They find themselves locked in a closet.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
They came out of the closet.
Nothing happened in the closet, unfortunately.
Some hand hugging.
Some hand hugging. It was so beautiful. But Dr. Rollins comes in, gets the key out of the lampshade, the mysterious key that we still don't know what it belongs to, besides the trunk in Allison's room, but we
think it
don't
was
know
just-
what the significance is.
Yeah.
So he opens it, he takes out something, a bag or whatever. We still don't know what's in the bag. So basically we got 0 answers from that scene. He also took out a toolbox and like looked at the saw and then put the saw back.
Right.
And then Aria and Ezra like Spider-Man out of that house because I don't know how the F they managed to
right?
escape. And then also somehow Dr. Rollins got the 6th sense because he
that was
realized
weird.
that there was somebody in the house, so he goes to look out the window. Cheesiest scene in the entire episode by far, but it was also setting up the Ezra. Ezra and Aria are clearly at a crossroads right now.
Yes.
Aria's ignoring phone calls from Liam. Good.
Yeah, amazing.
Bye. And Ezra is very respectfully accepting her boundaries and her limits. But the fray plays at the bar, and it prompts her to go back to him. And she's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I
Say
just
the
wanna
quote.
be with you.
Yeah, she was like, I think she was like,
I just
don't
need you
wanna-
right now. Or
Yeah,
something
she's like,
that.
I don't want
Yeah.
this to define what we are, but I just need you tonight. I have so many things to say. That finish your thing.
Oh, I'm done.
goodness.
Go ahead.
Okay, I said this last time because I thought it was bad that Aria cheated on Liam, first of all, regardless of your passionate love.
Yeah.
Now she's just driving me up a wall. Like, come on, figure yourself out. You've had sex, you showed up at his place after the fray, and you're still asking him, like, I just don't know what we are. Like, come on, Aria.
She
What is
doesn't.
holding you back? You're not married to Liam. Like, you don't owe anything to Liam. Like, where's the question in your head? You
Okay, but it's
leave
also-
Liam, go with him. Enough drama.
No, it's also because they didn't really get to like redefine their relationship. It went from 0 to 100. They went from like being acquaintances to banging, and they're like, okay, they have to catch up for the time.
No,
in
they
between.
don't. His girlfriend's dead, and she can dump her guy.
Yeah.
Where's the problem there?
No, I agree because
Get
especially
together.
because like
I'm over
Ezra
it.
was like, "Oh, you want a shirt? Because I want you to sleep over." And then she was like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna go." And then she goes and hears the fray and suddenly comes back. Thankfully, I'm so glad that she actually did come back. But like, I really wish that she would just dump Liam and be with
like,
Ezra.
Come on.
I like this storyline. I like them struggling
don't
to
you want-
refine
don't
each
you
other.
want them to be together?
Yeah, I have a question.
Refine
Do
each
you
other.
like watching more when you're seeing them already as a couple being in love, or do you like watching the courtship
The struggle.
more?
Do you like the
I
struggle?
love the struggle
Yeah,
because
okay.
Aria and
Yeah.
Ezra have been a struggle from the beginning. It's
So do
always
fans, and that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, this is a very relatable. This looks like Ezra to me. When I see them on the screen, it's like they love each other so much, but there's always something in the way, and it's very real situations. Like it's never cheesy to me. I never feel like it's fake or pushed or the writing is too far-fetched. I feel like these are real things that people go through, which is why I love the two of them so much because they haven't seen each other in years. They happen to work together, and she's got a boyfriend. He had a girlfriend
They made a book
who
deal
died.
together.
They had a book deal. There's a lot on the line, but at the end of the day, they have loved each other from day one. They still love each other, but the reality of the situation is Aria is in a committed relationship with a guy who's seemingly extremely innocent, and she doesn't know what to do. Ezra is endgame, you guys. I will bet my life on it.
Ashley Mova's like Cheshire Cat smile, like on the other side of Sinead.
I mean, I don't really know how realistic it is. I didn't really have sex with my English teacher in high school, but yeah, I just want them to be together. You know, like I'm over Liam. Like I get it,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad that she like explored other relationships while they tried to figure out who they are and stuff. But it's just time to come back together.
And it's the fact that Ezra knows what's going on. Ezra knows about A. Ezra knows about AD
Yeah.
now. And Liam has no idea this whole
Yeah.
other world that she's lived. So it's familiar, and it's someone that's going to protect her. Can Liam protect her? No.
You can't even see.
Bye.
He needs glasses.
You need glasses.
I can say that.
That's how you can say that. It's because you wear glasses. I love it. Okay, let's talk about what's next. Let's
Hannah?
talk about.
I said that every
Yeah,
time.
can
I'm
we
like,
please
Hannah?
Yeah, let's talk about Hannah a little bit. So Hannah is in her
Her Hanes.
Her Hanes, her way.
Hannah and her hair.
Sing the
And
song.
Period panties. No, I made those. I made that
Oh,
song.
I thought it was on a
Period
commercial.
No, those are period panties.
Thank God she's in her period panties, because if I would have been captured and somebody took my pants off, 50% chance I wouldn't be wearing underwear. And the other 50% I'd be like in a thong. So I'm really happy that Hannah was wearing hipster
Why did they give
panties.
her pants? I feel like that's so mean.
It's
Maybe
so
it's
weird to
implying,
take her
why would
pants.
they take it?
Is that like
Where's
so
Hannah's,
bad?
Instead of
you guys?
hashtag
Maybe.
save
What if
Hannah,
it's
it should have
rape?
been hashtag where's
If
Hannah's pants.
it is
he
rape,
raped her.
that's terrible and
Yeah,
awful.
I don't think
because
they're gonna do
The
that.
person
That's
that
like too
kidnapped
far.
Hannah, do we think that that's Dr. Rollins and Mary Drake? Very
No.
convenient that she picked her up on that road.
But
Right.
she was heading.
yeah.
She
And
was
is that
going
key?
that way though.
Is that key to where Hannah's being kept?
Oh, okay. Also, remember
Oh.
when right before Mary Drake found Hannah, someone on the phone, I forgot who it was, said Mona. Mona told Caleb that Mary had left the Lost Woods Resort, which means that Hannah was being held very close to the Lost Woods Resort. Okay.
Right,
So
right.
that means that it would make sense that they are in on it because it's in the same vicinity.
And there's going to be another person that's in on this stuff. Is it Sarah Harvey? That's like the
No, because they think it's
literally-
Sarah Harvey, so it won't be.
I don't
do
know,
think
you
it's
guys.
Harvey?
Yeah, they all think
the
it's
only
Sarah.
other person I could.
They
Yeah,
think it's
same
Sarah.
here.
They think
Same
it's
here.
think of.
I don't feel like Mary Drake has had anything to do with Hannah being captured. I don't know why. I don't feel like she did. I feel like it's somebody else.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I feel
agree.
like the person who had Hannah captured will be the shock. We already know that Mary Drake is bad. We already know that Dr. Rollins is bad. But there is still going to be a humongous
Yeah,
reveal.
that's true.
The one person is going to be behind this all at the end of this,
Which
right?
is going to be at the finale of like
Exactly.
the whole series.
I still
Oh
thought
my
that
gosh.
scene with Spencer and Hannah was a little weird, a little like sentimental, obviously, because it was like a delusion,
Right.
we think.
You made a good point though, because I was like, why Spencer? And you were like, cause.
I don't think that was me, but yes. no,
Because they're having a weird dynamic right now.
They're
'cause
having a
of
weird
Caleb.
dynamic. So I think it was like a really like beautiful moment in their friendship. Out of anyone, it was
Yeah.
it was Spencer. But I thought it was weird. Like Spencer didn't have her bangs. Like
That's what I said. I said I think the reason she doesn't have her bangs is because Hannah's remembering her from a time that they were super tight.
Yeah,
right,
before
right.
kids.
It was
5 years
very
forward.
artistically done.
Yes, 5 years forward, the two of them have been on the outs because obviously Spencer and Caleb have a thing going. Spencer doesn't know that Caleb and Hannah hooked up, but like their friendship isn't at the same place it was.
Yeah.
This is a completely different relationship between the two of them.
On that note, do we know why like Spencer and Caleb though now seem to be at odds? Like, remember on the phone they were like,
because Hannah and Caleb kissed.
yeah, but Spencer doesn't know that. So
I
like, why does
know.
Spencer think they're like in this
And
weird
I think he's just
fight?
so concerned about Hannah, obviously, that nothing else matters. It's like my baby's gone,
Yeah.
and I gotta go find her.
Yeah.
That's
That
what
is
it
for
basically
sure
is
where
at the
her
end of the day.
loyalty-
Yes,
is.
yes.
Is it weird that I can't stop thinking about the underwear? And then I was thinking, you know, how she said I'd be in a thong, but like, not if you were asleep, because
Are
if
you
you're
picturing me
asleep,
in a thong?
you're not in a
supposed to sleep
thong.
in a thong because that's
No,
not
but when
good
did
for you.
when did they take
So he
Hannah?
woke her up in her sleep and raped her.
Wait, hold on. No,
Wait.
he took her because she was sitting on the bed. She was sitting on
In
the
her
bed
full bottom
waiting.
underwear.
She was in. That's. I mean, whatever. To each his own. Maybe she just likes full bottom underwear. on
No,
the
she
beds.
doesn't wear full bottom underwear with jeans.
You don't know.
She doesn't do that. No, she doesn't do that.
No.
Well, she does in this episode
Well,
because
she
they
doesn't
can't
want to
show her
strut
bare
around
butt
in
on
a thong and
screen.
be like, "Hey guys,
Well, they
I'm
showed
captive."
Spencer's bare butt.
That's true, actually.
That's
Not in
true.
a thong.
But I mean, she's also like running.
did. We
I-
saw
more
Spencer's
cheeky.
butt.
I
know,
don't
it's a
think
thong.
the type of underwear she was wearing has anything to do with the plot.
So true.
Like, were
But
they?
I am curious. She's
This.
clearly being tortured. She has it's bruise on her face. Like there's clearly something else going on here. But the episode ends with Caleb basically dropping off the red coat that Emily found, right? That makes it look like Allie is guilty. He's like, fuck this. All of you people can go to hell
Yeah.
because Hannah's my #1 priority. So he takes the red coat, he leaves. They're all like, well, okay, he's gone. He drops it, he comes back. He's like, has anybody heard anything? Nothing. The next thing we see is Dr. Rollins confronting Allie, which makes it seem like
it was him?
It was him.
Yeah.
But I still don't believe it is. I still believe that the person asking for Charlotte's real killer is not Dr. Rollins. It's not Mary Drake.
Well, actually,
AD.
no, because we saw A when Hanna was escaping, or when did we see A?
When Hanna already had escaped. A finds out that Hannah's gone. So that's all we know at this point. We know that Caleb has turned in, and essentially all of them as a group have pinned this on Allison. They are all responsible for the fact that Allison is guilty at this point, because they all listen to Emily, they all agree. Now, if you watch the trailer, spoiler alert, it looks as if Emily already regrets her decision, and that Allison really is innocent, which we all know, and you all know at home, so it's not that much of a spoiler, so don't hate me for talking about the trailer, that Allison is innocent.
Right. And it can't really be anyone in that room.
No.
That was chilling there.
No. All right, my bets are on... my bets are on Jenna. I really hope that at the end of this all it'll be her. I love her character. I think it might come back to her at the end of this, but I know you guys have some really good thoughts. So let's take a break and then we'll take a bunch of questions. Okay? Hashtag PLLAS and we'll be right back.
Bye. We've been saying bye a lot in this episode.
In case you missed it live. In case you missed it live. In case you missed it live.
How did we not figure that out?
High five.
Boom!
They did what to me?
We had a crazy vampire threesome.
And you can't unsee that. That's burned into my brain now.
I was like, woo, woo. You know why we saying yes. You know why we saying yes. Look at me, I'm dancing.
He was like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want.
He is like something.
And we're like, ooh, inseparable.
These hoes ain't look.
You just went to a totally different direction on that one.
I love it. That's genius.
We're funny.
Billionaire goes broke, it means he's got like $4 million.
There's got to be a code on that.
This might actually be a thing.
Somebody better take some pictures of this.
What did I do? What is there?
Are we there yet? Can we talk about that?
We've been waiting all night. I don't know.
I don't like to break news.
You can't count anything out.
It's been another awesome night at the Stream.tv,
always
guys.
awesome.
Thank you for joining us, you guys.
All right, we're back. Okay, you guys, going through my Twitter feed right now, seeing a lot of theories as to why Hanna is naked.
I know, right?
Salty Samaris at Samaris_MM says whoever set up the doll at the church needed Hannah's clothes, hence her awkward state. You are so right.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you are so
it.
smart. That literally went right over my head.
We just need a little reminder. We were so concerned about her being in her undies that we
Right.
forgot why
cold.
she was naked to begin with.
And to be
Because of the doll.
honest, I've seen rape come up a few times. So I feel like a lot of people were thinking that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's extremely like heavy for
I know.
PLL.
Honestly, I think that's a dark place. Like one of the dark places actually that PLL hasn't gone before.
Right, yeah, right.
And it's
They've gone to drugs, alcohol, all that.
Oh, they've tackled everything.
Yeah.
But that makes so much sense. So again, at Samaris_MM, thank you so much. You're so smart.
Genius.
Yes, amazing. And I love you forever and ever. All right, you guys, let's get into some of these questions. At PLLAS_fans.
What up?
Hey girl, how's it going? Says, could Cece still be alive? Sure she could.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I guess.
Someone could have been wearing a CC mask, and that's the person.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Because of that alone, we also, Also, the scene where Aria says how she saw what she thought was Charlotte going into the church that night, but she was like, maybe it was really Allison.
Right.
For some reason, I feel like that really was Cece, and there's something a little bit more to that scene. But could Cece be alive? Absolutely.
Oh my gosh,
she
if
could.
Cece is AD, ooh, I would die.
I don't think they do that to us again. You think it would be amazing? I would be so
No,
upset.
because I haven't thought of Cece being alive, and so I'm glad that this is being pointed out because I guess it could kind of make sense. But
I
really
would
haven't
literally
thought of Cece
throw
being alive.
everything in the studio, and then I'd probably get fired. But I would be so pissed.
No, I'd be down.
I would be pissed if it
you
was
kidding
Cece.
me? Are you kidding
you guys,
me?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying these things as they're coming to my mind.
How could you be satisfied with Cece being A, again.
Because my brain doesn't have to think as hard anymore. I'm like, okay, I already figured it
Yeah,
out.
I don't know. I don't
you
know. I
guys
have
know.
to sit on that. I have to sit on that.
All right, yeah, you sit, girl.
You just sit on that, girlfriend.
All right, Jarrell DeMonte tweets, all the liars keep saying this is the end to PLL as we know it. All right, so I did interview the cast recently, and when I was talking to them, some of them said, this is the last of Pretty Little Liars. Then when I talked to Lucy Hale, she said, we don't know if this is the end, but this is definitely the last time you'll see the entire cast together, which makes me think that there are talks for something to come of this.
I've noticed, yes,
Go ahead.
I've noticed on like talk shows, because they were on the talk this morning and everything, everyone is very specific on how they say it. They say it, this is the end of PLL as we know it. It's like that sentence, and it's like,
As
they're not
we-
saying it's as we know it.
As we know it,
Did
right?
you guys see a movie happening?
That's what I was gonna. I think that
Honestly, that's literally where I think it's.
The thing that's hard for us all to believe is PLL is doing so well.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, this is a business. Freeform knows what they're doing. They know they have
their
absolutely
biggest show.
struck gold with this show.
Right.
So are they going to milk it as long as they can? Absolutely.
And if you get an offer as an actor with a fat check, can you really
at the end of the
turn
day,
it down to
though,
what I
it's
thought
been
it is?
7 seasons
for these girls, and
they want to branch out.
Some of them want to branch out,
And you don't want to
but
be
yeah.
typecast. Like,
No.
you know, you don't want to get to the point where it's going to be hard for you to get other work because everyone always remembers you as Aria, or you know. And I get that as an actress in the industry or an actor, I could see that where they want to piece out on that.
But I mean, we share your hesitations and your anticipation to find out what is to come of Pretty Little Liars, because as we know it, this is the last season. We have been told that. But also remember, we have part A and part B, so technically we're together until next year.
Yeah,
So
I think that we're all crossing our fingers.
Yeah. Should we
Obviously.
like count this down? And this is 20.
Oh my gosh, stop it right
Should I
now.
not? Is that depressing?
That's depressing.
Like
no, I
next
don't
time,
like it.
episode 19, bye. Next time, episode 18,
No!
bye.
until they
Episode
renew it
2.
for like 3 more seasons.
know,
Right.
Right.
All right, moving on. At Milan Morris 1 says, was Noel Khan at the bar Aria was at, or was that my imagination?
I'm
Oh
so
my
over
God, there was a
Noel.
hot guy.
I'm so over it.
No God.
First of all,
was a
when
hot
the
guy.
guy came out of the bathroom, you were like, I thought that was Toby.
I did. It looked like
It was Toby too. But
guy with the
also,
Southern accent?
my first thought
There's so many
was,
accents in
Yeah,
that
they're like,
bar.
we're so
Yeah.
not British that we talk like this.
Exactly.
I work on the farm.
my first thought at the bar was the guy coming out of the bathroom looked like Noel Khan. So if that's who you're thinking of, not Emily, Stephanie thought it was Toby, that's where my mind went right after that. But I don't
Noel
believe
Khan.
Noel was at the bar.
Okay.
No?
I don't think that he was, but
No, there was
I miss
nobody at the
Babe.
bar.
I miss Baby for
Yeah,
sure.
right.
I would
We didn't see
not
anything.
mind for him to come back.
Then
he
again,
was sketchy. He was
Noel
hot.
could have been at the bar, just in a
I would
mask.
love it.
You know?
Just in a mask. Just in a mask.
God
Yeah.
damn
Noel
it.
is coming back though this season. Oh,
They're
sorry.
all coming
Love
back.
it.
It's
Yeah,
the season of
everyone cannot
homecoming.
wait.
Coming back. It's gonna be
Yes.
great.
wait.
All right. At Nyan_popcorn says, this episode was great. I'm so excited for the after show, and I want to know where Andrew has been and maybe Maya.
Yeah, Andrew matters a lot because no Maya, first of all. What? Maya's gone, people.
Yeah, no,
Get it
Maya's
through
gone,
your
you guys.
Whatever. I don't want to talk about it. It's a sensitive subject
Maya
for me.
knows.
Because I'm with you guys with the whole on the Maya train. I still to this day will never get over Maya's death.
Time to
ever.
get off.
Yeah, yeah.
Time to get off.
No.
Nate killed Maya,
Your stop
right?
is
Yeah.
here.
Whatever, you guys. I don't want to talk about it.
Andrew.
I don't
Maya.
want to
Right.
talk
All right, let's
about
not
it.
talk about it.
Okay, Andrew matters though because AD. That's the only freaking person I could think of that matches those
Oh,
initials.
good. Yes.
No, he
right.
doesn't match his initials. His name
But
is Andrew
If
Campbell.
he was
He was
DiLaurentis.
related.
Oh, got it.
Which
He
he's
really was
not.
Andrew DiLaurentis.
I don't think he's coming back.
I don't think he's coming back either.
you guys.
I know you don't know why I read the news.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he's got some other things to deal with.
No, I'm not saying one way or the other. I mean,
I'm just
news
saying he's not coming back.
I'm just saying I don't
Yep,
think he's coming back.
that's
Yeah.
just what we're saying.
He could surprise us.
He could.
It's highly doubtful.
Yeah.
All right, at Darkside91 says, Hannah is lucky it's summer because she's not wearing much.
I know,
Love
right?
it. It's true. And speaking from personal experience, you guys, has this been like Satan's asshole for the past week? It's literally been 100.
I kind of love it.
105 degrees
It's
minimum.
so hot.
At nighttime, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
though.
nighttime
It's
I'm into
so
it.
It's so
hot.
hot.
Oh my gosh, I
But
can't
when
wait.
the sun is there, it feels unhealthy. Like literally, someone
Yeah,
put
I
you in
feel
an oven and
lightheaded.
is trying to cook
Yeah,
you.
it
Like,
was
that's what it
110
feels.
yesterday.
We're
It's
having a
disgusting.
heat wave in California, in Los Angeles.
You guys,
in case
I'm
guys
from
haven't known.
Africa, and it's not even that
Okay,
hot there.
please.
If you're
not
from
like
Africa, why are you kind of white?
Oh my God, Ashley, you just
Like,
can't
guys-
ask people why they're kind of white.
If you don't know what we're referencing, it's Mean Girls, and you need to
So
watch
good.
Mean Girls
I like
right
that you
now.
put the kind of in there. It's great. All right, our girl at Samaris_MM, love you. She says, Hugh James Collins. Okay, that's Hugh. I feel so betrayed. Really hope you can make an appearance on
I thought Hugh tweeted at
PLLAS.
us. I just got so excited.
To share your side. Yeah, we are gonna try to get Hugh. Once they stop filming, he's clearly like jet setting to England,
Yeah.
and he's got a bunch of other stuff going on. But we definitely need to get him in studio because, yeah, we want to pick his brain.
Yes.
He clearly is the main villain. He's got a lot of dirt, so we need to get him back in here.
Speaking of dirt, which we never brought up at the beginning, the very
Yes.
beginning of the episode, like when does that come into play?
Oh wow!
I guarantee
I
you
never
it's going to
brought it back to
be
that.
next year during
Yeah.
Part B.
I think
Accurate.
so. I think
that,
so.
man.
That's gonna be the finale, I bet.
Because
That
we
is
all
honestly
thought
gonna be
that they
the
were
finale.
burying Hannah, but now Hannah's alive, and they didn't flash back to that at the end of this episode.
And
So it's
thank
like,
God they're not burying Hannah, because I was like disgusted with that. For them to be burying Hannah, like why wouldn't you try to save your
I
friend?
can't
So I'm glad
believe-
that that's not that bad.
Yeah.
but
They should
Hannah
at least,
wasn't
like-
in that scene.
Right, yeah, but
Right,
I
that's why I thought
guarantee
that
you
she
it's
was-
a little play.
Yes.
Yes.
Next year it's gonna be a season finale and she's gonna like walk up or something or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Love it.
At Alicia Love Space says, shit, I think we need to hashtag save Allison too. Yes, we do.
Yeah, I
it's
feel
not
bad for
all
her.
about Hannah this season.
Shockingly.
You're literally shocking me.
No, I literally felt when Dr. Rollins pulled that thing out and wanted to like inject her with more, I felt so bad for her. I hope that she thinks it through and like tries to play dead a little bit, so he like stops injecting her with stuff, because I literally feel bad for the girl. I feel really bad for her.
Yeah.
For once in my life.
Real quick, at Forever Johnny Boy, hey, love you, says,
you.
why hasn't anybody mentioned the guy at the bar with the accent could have been Ren? That's also a really good point, because obviously there's only a handful of people with accents in this entire show.
Yeah.
Ren is a big contender
I know.
because he's still, even just last season, still tied into Charlotte because of Melissa, the flashback
Yeah.
with Hannah. So that is also a really good point. It still could somehow come back
Well,
to
then why
Ren and
don't
all
we
of
bring
this.
back Ian, and then why don't
Are
we
you
bring
gonna do
back
the NAT
the drug
club?
guy that Spencer was dating, and why don't we bring
Or why
back
don't we bring back the
NAT
homeless
club?
guy who
There's
the
like a
pizza-
pizza
the
man.
pizza
you know?
guy.
Yeah.
Let's just bring back
Why don't we
everybody.
bring back Pepe the
Dog.
I was almost saying Pepe the pig, and I was like, nope.
Who we
that's
really need
not
to bring
right.
back is, hold on. Oh my God, why am I blanking?
Just say, like,
Hannah's
describe
other guy?
them.
No,
What?
the guy that worked at
Jordan?
the psych ward that I was obsessed with him because he was giving us so
Eddie
much.
Lamb.
Eddie Lamb.
Sure.
Eddie.
Love it. Love Eddie Lamb. All right, let's give a couple shout outs before we call this a night. Because
Okay, at Goosey Goose 77. Shout out to
Goose.
you.
I have at PLL Emoji A. Also,
Emoji.
she says, can Mova please say she likes Allie so I can move
No,
on with
okay,
my life?
you guys, legit, like, it's not a matter of, like, liking or hating someone. It's just a matter of, like, who's in the wrong and who's in the right now. I legitimately feel bad for Allison in this very moment. I'll leave it at that. Like, I feel
All right,
bad for
so
her.
I'm sorry you can't move on with your life.
I
but
feel bad
that's
for
a little
her.
bit.
No, I
It's
feel
a-
bad for her.
Thank
Do I
you.
love her? Like, no. But I do feel bad for her
Yeah.
in this very moment.
Okay. Thank you for the message, Victoria. They're from the UK, and it's Vicky, Alaya, and Sharon.
Oh, hey.
Also, I have a message from Georgina Hardy. She says she's been watching it since it started, and I look forward to it every time a new episode is released.
Wanted to give a shout out to the Pretty Little Liars fan page on Facebook. Georgia was doing a live Facebook chat today, and it was so cute. So you guys need to, if you don't like that page, go like it right now.
Like it.
Because it's really great. And then also on YouTube right now is Maddie Brad, Winston Grant, Grace Smith, Destiny Forever, and Uber A. Uber A is on
I
YouTube.
have at B Bulling. It says Lucy_Bulling. It's her birthday. She's turning 15 this week, so happy birthday to
happy
you.
birthday.
And thanks so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Seriously, I feel so bad because I feel like there's so many. At PLL Talker, at Towns of Rosewood, at Jacqueline Forever, Tiago Silva. I have Jillian at G_PLL1401, at Musa_El Nabuda. Nice name.
Hey, cuz.
Gracie Saltero, Caitlin B123. You guys, Maxine, Desiree, go. I mean, there's literally so many. Dylan Hogan at Dylan Rockstar 4.
There's
you guys are
so
awesome.
many.
You guys have been
Like,
all over
so
Twitter
many.
this week leading up to the
Yeah.
premiere.
Oh, Pretty Little
missed you
Stalker
guys.
tweeted us a lot. Buddha Benzo, Jarrell, we already Jacqueline. There's
it's
there's
Buddha
literally.
Benzo.
But it's okay.
Oh, sorry, Buddha Benzo. Blah, 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 blah.
At Steph
You guys, this is
underscore
my-
Louise, at Big A underscore Forever, at K Leanne 4610, at
There's
Ray Ray
so
148.
many.
You guys, Lucy's
Cullen.
Guacamole, Zam Hakeem, you guys are everywhere.
Cullen
like seriously
Morgan.
everywhere. My entire Twitter all day was going.
I know.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it
You
was
guys
20
are the
plus,
best.
20 plus, 20 plus. You know it's Tuesday when it's the 20 plus day.
Yeah.
Yes, but honestly,
Jarrell.
we see and read all of them. So if
Yeah.
we didn't shout you out tonight, just keep messaging us, keep tweeting us, because I literally read every single PLLAS
Yeah.
tweet that I get.
Yeah.
So just keep hitting us
Yeah.
up, honestly. And you guys, we're back.
We're
It's
back.
good. We're here. We
We
got
love
through
you.
a crazy premiere.
Yes.
We'll be a little more calm next week, but I can't make any promises.
Never.
But you guys, season 7, what seems to be the last season. I'm really excited. I'm so
Lies.
excited to be back with you guys every single Tuesday. So hit us up using the hashtag PLLAS and make sure you subscribe to the stream.tv. Follow us there. You guys can keep up with all the after show episodes. As soon as we're done being live, they go up there for you guys to catch up. And then tweet us your questions, comments, thoughts, anything you have about the episode on the YouTube. Leave comments. We're all over internet. All over internet. We're all over the internet.
Computer.
We're all over
like,
internet.
literally.
But seriously though, we really are. So tweet us,
Yeah.
okay? And then we'll see you guys next week. Are you ready?
All right. Oh, yeah,
I'm ready for
Me too. Okay. 3, 2, 1.